Let's go from talking about one UFC champion to talking to a UFC champion. Reigning, defending UFC lightweight champion Rafael dos Anjos is so kind enough to join us on the program once again. Rafael, how are you?
How are you? I'm good, man.
Pleasure to have you on the show again. Thank you so much. Let me ask you this off the top. Did you watch UFC 196 on Saturday night?
Yeah, I did.
What was going through your mind leading up to it when you're sitting there knowing that could have been you? You were preparing to fight that night, and then when you see Conor lose to Nate Diaz in the fashion in which he lost, what was going through your mind all night?
Yeah, man. I've been on the game for a long time, 12 years, and I never cancel any fight due to injury, and I always show up. But unfortunately for this fight, I broke my foot, man. You know, and a lot of people making fun of it, and I don't like to make fun of people's injury, you know. And I think we fighters, so everybody gonna get injured one day. So unfortunately, I lost my payday, but I think everything is God's plan on my life. I believe in that. But, you know, unfortunately, but man, I just see what went through my mind, and I fought Nate Diaz already, and I knew Conor, he's a good fight, but I think I can put like a worse beat on him for sure.
Were you disappointed that Conor lost? Because now it seems like he's going to go back down to 145 to defend his title. Did you think, okay, if he wins, I still have a shot at him?
No, man, I think Conor is one more fight in UFC, you know. I don't need to fight him to change my life, you know. I think my life keep on going, and I think I have a lot of more challenge on my weight division, and I think he doesn't deserve a fight for 155 pounds. You know, he just got beat. He just got submitted by number 5 ranking, and with 10 days notice. And a lot of people say, Conor went up to weight division. No, Nate Diaz, he's 155-pound fighter. He's 155. He's a lightweight. And he's saying that I went up to weight division. No, he's not fighting. He did not fight Robbie Lawler. He did not fight John Hendricks. He fought Nate Diaz, which is 155. So, and life is going, you know. I have a lot of things on a lot of tough fights on my career still, and a lot of lightweights, and I just think Conor doesn't deserve a fight for 155 belt. You know, he just got smashed by a number 5 ranking.
But you said you did lose out on your biggest payday, so wouldn't you just want that fight, even though he may not deserve it? Fighting him equals a massive payday.
Yeah, but man, it would be good. Everybody likes money, but I think money is not the most important for me. I'm really happy with how much I make, you know, and I have everything in my life. And you know, if one day he fights, he makes some good wins, and he wanna fight for the title, I will be there. But you know, and life's not all about money.
Fair enough. Did you feel surprised at all with what he did at 170 or 168, whatever he was on Saturday in a welterweight fight? Did you feel like he fought the right kind of fight, or did you think that Nate was going to eventually submit him when push came to shove?
Yeah, I personally, to tell you the truth, I thought he would win because he did his best, because he had a lot of guys offered to fight him. Anthony Pettis, Donald Cerrone, guys in shape, guys which are in fight camp. So he picked Nate Diaz, which, you know, wasn't training for sure. So like he said, he didn't spar once for this fight. And you know, submit him. So he picked like the easiest one on his mind. That's why I thought he gonna win. But you know, Nate Diaz is a tough opponent. I fought him. He's a really hard guy to finish, have a lot of heart. but different than Conor. Conor did not show a lot of heart. You know, he's a lion when when he's punching somebody, but when he's getting punched, he's become a cat. You know, he's a little cat when he's being, you know. But when he's punching somebody, he's a lion. But when people punch him, he's become a cat. He's a chicken heart.
Wow. So is it fair to say that you kind of had a smile on your face wherever you were watching that fight? Rafael dos Anjos was kind of sitting back and laughing when you saw what happened on Saturday?
No, man, not at all. You know, because for me, I don't cheer for nobody's loss. You know, I think it's a loser's mentality if they get happy with somebody losing. You know, I don't think like that, because one day I'm gonna be there on the octagon, stepping there. So I don't want nobody like cheering for me to lose. You know, I don't want to be in that position. But I think everybody got what they deserve. You know, and Conor got what he deserved, and God make everything perfect. Conor, his claim to be God, and God make everything perfect. God just show him who he is, show him and the world who he really are.
Did you see any of his post-fight interviews? And if so, what do you think of how he handled the loss?
Yeah, man. I think he was all humble, you know. But then next day he put he posted a picture calling me pussy, you know, calling out the pussy, you know. Like he should be humble, you know. And I did my best to show up, but I still have a cast on my foot. I can't fight with a broken foot, you know. I couldn't even say UFC didn't let me fight, and also I can't fight too. And like he said to everybody, like all his fans, he want to say that I just have a bruise. You know, I don't like to make this kind of comment, like making fun of people's injury, but I think he just got what he deserved.
How difficult has this past, 2 weeks been for you since the news came out that you couldn't fight at 196? You've remained relatively quiet. You tweeted a few things, showed the picture, and obviously, no doubts that you are in a tremendous amount of pain. But to have some people, including Conor, question the injury, say that you could have fought, given your track record, has this been very difficult to sort of bite your tongue and listen to everyone talk about your injury?
Yeah, man, it's hard, but man, they're all haters, you know. I'm not giving like anything for the haters. They always gonna be people there talking crap, but I have my fans which believe in me. And man, who is this guy for me to be afraid of him? I faced better guys before. I don't fear nobody, you know, but God, you know. But this guy, it's been hard, you know, because I'm very active. And I'm on the peak right now, so I'm ready to fight right now. But I have my foot injured, so I have a lot of energy. I want to train, I want to do stuff, but I can't yet. But it's fine. I'm gonna be back in 4 or 5 weeks. I'm up to UFC 200. You know, I fight anybody.
So to be clear, you don't need surgery, right?
No surgery, but I have to be with my foot immobilized, you know, for like 5 weeks, 6 weeks.
And then you'll be 100%. So you think that around July you'll be good to go?
No, I'm good to go by the middle of April. You know, by May. No, middle of May, around May 15. Like 5 more weeks, I'll be good. 5 more weeks, I'll be 100%. And the middle of April, I'll be 100%. And I'll be great. I'll be ready to fight in UFC 200 July. I'm trying to do that.
Have you talked to the UFC about that? Do they seem on board with the idea?
No. They didn't confirm anything yet, but it's something I want. And if I have this opportunity, I fight anybody, you know.
Do you have a feeling as to, like, do you think it'll be Eddie Alvarez or the winner of Khabib and Tony Ferguson? What do you think is going to happen now for you?
Yeah, I think like we have Khabib and Tony Ferguson, but we'll see what is fight going on. And I think Eddie Alvarez just had a win over Paris. Could be him too. I don't know UFC plans, but I'm here, man. I'm here to fight anybody. You know, I fight welterweight too if I need. I just want to fight, man, because I've been training. I'm in shape, and I fight anybody.
Welterweight? You're thinking of welterweight? I thought we should put a rest on all the people moving up and down. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm here. I want to fight, man. I want to fight. If I respect Robbie Lawler, but if UFC needs somebody to
Wow.
to fight for the welterweight, I would fight too. You know, I just want to fight, man. I've been training, and like 2 weeks before the fight, I got hurt. And man, I just want to fight, man. I'm in shape. You know, I have a lot of energy. I wanna fight, man.
I've heard all kinds of stories about what happened. Is it true? It was the last day of training, and what were you doing? Explain to us, because I haven't heard it from you. How did you actually break the foot?
Man, I was sparring, and like 2 weeks before the fight, and as I always do, you know, I'm not doing anything different that I usually do. You know, I was sparring, and I had a big shin pad. And then I was like sparring with the guy, and then I kicked, and then the guy blocked the kick, and I kicked right on his kneecap, you know, and right away I felt it broken. And then I kept sparring. I did the 2 more rounds, but you know, then later I found out my foot was broke.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes. And you found out your foot was broken, and then did you make the call to the UFC, or did your manager, Ali Abdelaziz, tell the UFC? Either way, how difficult was it to say, I just can't do it?
Yeah, so it was Friday. I say I'm going to wait by like on the weekend to see by Monday how I'm going to feel, because I still want to fight, because I knew I had an open workout on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to do it. So I will see by Wednesday, by Monday how I'm gonna feel. I'm gonna wait for the weekend, and I wait on the weekend, and I didn't have any improvements. And then I decide to. Then I call Ali. I say, Ali, I need to see a doctor. I can't step. I need to see a doctor. And then I went to the doctor. I took X-ray, and the doctor found out my foot was broke.
Did you? Sometimes I hear from fighters after this happens, they go into a depression. They eat a lot. How did you react to the news?
Yeah, man, you know, like we invest a lot of our time on this, you know, and then, you know, that's the first time this happened. And like against Anthony Pettis, I tore my MCL, but I was still able to walk. But on this fight, I wasn't able to walk at all. And I say, I can't make it. So I didn't got depressed. I know God has a better plan, and I always, you know, follow his direction.
Incredible. So at this point, I'm wondering, are you kind of hoping it's Khabib so you can avenge that loss? That's like the one issue out there for you at lightweight. Are you hoping that the man that they decide to fight you next is Khabib, or are you thinking, I'd like to fight Ed? What are you thinking?
Yeah, man. UFC told me about Eddie. You know,
yeah.
But I think Khabib is somebody that I would like to win, because I wanna make sure I clean all the lightweight division, and I think Khabib is the only guy left who beat me, and now I'm a different fighter, and you know I would like to clean this victory. You know, that loss. You know, I would like to fight him, someone that I want to.
Are you happy now that you don't have to hear about Conor anymore? Are you happy that this portion of your life is over, that you probably won't fight him next, and that all this can go away?
No, man. This guy doesn't bother me, man. This guy, I think everything he talks, he pay on the octagon. You know, he just got exposed, and everything he talks, when the octagon locked, you know, everybody see the truth, and then I think everybody saw the truth last Saturday, and he got some. Even Holly Holm, she went to sleep without tap. He tapped, you know. But how they gonna tap on the neck, man, on the choke? Go sleep, man. Be a man, you know. Holly Holm show more heart than him.
What do you think happens if he fights Frankie Edgar?
Here?
Yeah, if Conor fought Frankie Edgar next, what do you think happens?
No way. It's a different level of fight. It's a different level. Frankie will kill him.
Wow.
It's a different level, you know. It's just different level, you know. I think against Aldo he got luck, and he caught Aldo with a punch. But other than that, who he fought, he fought Chad Mendes with a 10 days notice too, and Chad Mendes gets out, but giving him a hard time, and it's all talk, man. It's all hype.
So you think it's coming? It's going to come crashing down now. Now he's been exposed, and once he has to fight these top guys at 145, Edgar again, Aldo again, this will continue to happen.
Yeah, I think he should go to his division. He should put his belt. He's one thing I feel he's trying to do. He's trying to protect his featherweight belt by fighting a different weight division. So he's still a champion. Now he got to fight for his featherweight belt. Once he loses that belt, he doesn't have anything else, And I think that's why he's trying to fight a different weight division, because he don't want to put that belt away. He want to keep one belt and then fight for different belts. So it's much easier for him. He's still a champion.
Fascinating stuff. Well, Rafael, I really appreciate you coming on. I wish you the best. Get well soon. I hope for a speedy recovery, and looking forward to seeing you back there inside the octagon sooner rather than later. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ariel. Take care.
All right, there he is, Rafael dos Anjos, with some strong words for Conor McGregor following his loss on Saturday night in Las Vegas. Wow. Now I want to see that fight again. But I do maintain that I think it should be Frankie Edgar.